Hello and welcome back to the devlog series. This week's update is called the People's Update because it focuses on the many tavern dwellers, soldiers and other NPCs who inhabit our generated world. I wanted to make the world feel more real and the people feel more like real people. So I've made some changes to the portraits, to their models in game, and I've added some other NPCs to the tavern. And I've also added some more tavern furniture. So first of all, to make the people feel more unique, I've added support for all the armors and helmets to the portraits. I've also added support for the portrait's hair to the NPC's model in-game, so now their look and equipment is consistent along their in-game profile, their portrait and their model. I think that they feel a little bit more real because of this, and it makes them feel more unique. Previously, the tavern was filled with people dressed in all kinds of armor, and I thought that if you lived in a city or town, you don't necessarily need to be equipped for battle at all time, so I added some simple clothes for the people to dress in, plus some matching fancy hats. So there are not just battle-ready people walking around in leather and steel armor, there are now just normal citizens going about their business wearing just regular cloth clothes, in multiple different colors I might add. I've added a few more NPCs to the tavern. I've added some soldiers who don't display their name but their rank. I've added a merchant NPC, but there's no market yet, so he just disappoints you when you talk to him. There's a monk now who represents a faction that wants to cleanse the world of all undead infestations, so he sends you to clear out ruins. Now, previously, when it turned nighttime, the world would get darker and the inside would get darker as well. That means that if it's bright outside, it would also be bright everywhere inside. I didn't think this was very realistic as there are no windows in the game right now, so I split the lighting into two. One layer for the outside and one layer for the inside, and I've made sure that they don't overlap. The outside is now just influenced by the time of day, whilst the inside is a little bit influenced by the time of day, but it's mostly just by the lights and the torches that are in the building. I think this is way better and way more realistic. I've added some tables to the tavern, which I don't think look quite right yet, but they're an essential part of the tavern of course. And there's cutlery on it, and dishes and different kinds of food, which you can make out yourself, because I only have like 7 pixels to work with when making some bread or something like that. I've also added a new adjacency rule to the furniture, and to explain what that means I thought it would be time to explain to you how the furniture actually works. So this is what the furniture sheet looks like. The way the furniture works is it has different rules for every side, and this way I can determine whether it's possible to spawn it somewhere or not. Along with some other stats that are defined in the program, like the maximum amount per room and the amount to room size ratio, it determines how many of them it should spawn and where it should spawn them. Now the rules are red for required wall, green for nothing, yellow for optional wall or furniture, and with this update I've added orange for optional wall only. And if you're wondering why there are pink squares there, that's because these pieces have their own sheet, so I can add multiple table layouts of things that are on the tables. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, watching and sharing. I think that's all of them. And to finish off here, the bug fixes, you can find them all as always on my now outdated website. I'm gonna update it very soon, I promise. For now, goodbye, and I'll talk to you next week with the next devlog.